Hello, I'm Tommy Lee Shmuda, and I'm on a journey to figure out if I can get a heat pump installed. Over the last 9 videos, I've been asking these clever chaps, Mr. Payne from Stenning, which is near Brighton, and Mr. Arlo from Bridgewater in Somerset, to answer all my questions regarding how to get a heat pump installed at my property or in this building where we've had 6 or 7 officers. So I'm on the final question of this series, which I'm going to put to you guys. What is the process? So we've answered everything that I was wondering about, but what now? What is the process for me or for anybody else that might be thinking, I've watched these videos, we've answered everything, where do we go now? What is the process for getting a heat pump installation?
So once you've established who you want to use, so I think it's probably best if we use our examples for our companies because we're very similar on our setup. We've obviously discussed a lot together. We work together quite closely. So we both use software. So you can go onto our websites and put in. So go onto your heat pump page and have a look at a free estimate. So you put your details into this, and then that comes back to our office, where we'll then put something together.
It's pretty good. You put in your postcode and your address, and it plucks your EPC data,
which you will need, and you've already said that you've got that.
Mine probably be out of date because that would have been from when I bought the house, but we've had insulation put in since then. So
that's
I guess
okay. As a start point,
so you can add that in the comments.
Yeah,
there you can say we've added insulation, and that will come through on the form.
Understood. Okay. So I would come on to one of your websites.
Yep.
Fill in the form.
Yep.
Takes a couple of minutes.
And it spits out an estimate?
No. So that'll come back to the office.
Okay.
So then we can look through it, and then we put like a very basic proposal together for you. Proposal is probably the wrong word. We just put something together for you, and they get sent back to you with an idea of like an estimate of cost, basically.
Okay.
So it's not exact at this stage, but it gives you an idea of cost to move forward and give you a bit of confidence that you can afford the work. So it's not going to be for free, even if you get your £7.5 grand bus grant.
Yeah.
But so now you've got an idea of what the cost is going to be for you, basically. So then you can go, okay, well I can afford that, therefore I need to go on to the next stage. So you can then come back in touch with us, and we can arrange for a site visit. Where we're going to come out and do a site design, if you want to call it like that. So a heat loss or however it's titled.
So that's like a heat loss calculation, emitter design, emitters of your radiators and your underfloor heating.
Yep.
Checking the suitability of what you have, specing any alterations, replacements, upgrades,
Pipe work.
basically everything that's needed to take you to the next step,
Sound
which is
assessment.
to give sound assessments included in that. That we discussed earlier, and then the next stage is to send you a proposal, which is fixed price, tells you what you're having or what you would have if you go ahead, and projected efficiencies, running costs, shows you your carbon savings, just lots of information that's required by MCS and some additional bits as well.
A lot more in depth, basically.
Yeah. Sure. Is there any other cost other than the cost of the installation? She said heat loss.
Yeah, so heat loss survey. So at that point when we come out, there is a cost attached to spending all that time, and typically that will take up to half a day. So that is a paid item that will be removed off the final bill if you decide to go ahead with our company.
How much do you charge for that?
Yeah, £350
Plus VAT.
plus that.
Yeah, so we're exactly the same. £350 plus VAT.
Yeah.
But if you go ahead with a heat pump installation, you don't pay that. So it'd be 350 quid.
Yep.
If you decide not to go ahead. So the way we approach it is we say, look, the estimate is going to be within 10% of the proposal cost. If it's not, then terms and conditions are if you don't go ahead, the heat loss calculation isn't charged. But if we come in on budget and we are within 10% of what the estimate said, then we've essentially got to the point where you've got a fixed price proposal at the agreed kind of rate, and then if you cancelled, it would be due. So that's how we do it. So it's kind of like no risk. You know what you're getting before we come in and do that additional design work.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
I've followed that. You know, we've gone through quite a number of questions this afternoon, so I'm following you.
So you've got your proposal. You know what you're having and what you're paying. From that point on, you can accept it, which I hope you would, and then you accepted it.
The 25% deposit to then schedule the works effectively, so to book your slot.
Mm-hmm. And then you might have on the proposal prerequisites for you to take care of. If your electrical supply was, say, a 60 amp fuse head, you know, picked up on the survey, then you might need to have that upgraded to a 100 amp fuse head by your distribution network operator. I'm not sure if he covers this area. It's UK Power Networks where I am.
Right.
So this is all be stuff in your proposal. Maybe you'll have to do a couple of preparatory items before the install started. Yeah. And then once they're addressed,
obviously flow rates, pressures and things should be checked, that will be checked at this initial consultation, if you want to call it.
Flow rates, water.
And pressure, so water flow rates and pressure. Really, really, really important. We haven't mentioned or touched on that really, but
it's one of the things checked,
they'll be checked during the design process as well.
Very good. So that's it. You've accepted your proposal, you've got your prerequisites sorted, coming for the installation, further 25% is due, taking you to 50%, and then an installation typically might take
about a week.
Yeah,
depending on the size of the house.
Yeah, and if you had a big renovation going on, you were building an extension, then you'd phase it over a longer period of time to suit you. Mm-hmm. So that'd be the installation, installation side of it, and that finishes off with commissioning.
Yeah, and handover. So basically, that's where we will run through your system with you, help you understand the setup, although we don't want you to touch it because it's going to be set up the best we can for your home. And then a commissioning process, basically, it's tweaking everything and setting it all up. Basically, the handover would include things like your warranties with your manufacturer, so to make sure that everything's registered for you.
And then
you got to pay us, Tommy.
And then after the installation,
so after you've paid, don't pay with the bus mark money. So that's deducted. You never have to pay.
Right.
As the installation company, we claim that from the government, so you will never have to pay that £7,500.
So just making it clear, if your job is 17,500, that's gross cost. Your bus grant, which is 7,500, you'll never have to outlay to claim it back. It gets deducted off the final bill. Yeah. So your outlay for the whole job will be 10,000. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you basically the installer never charges you that bus grant.
So is it a 25% deposit of the 17,000 in my case?
These numbers are tough, aren't they? That's quite a tough number to work out.
Yeah, or is it 25%
It's 25% of the 17,500. Yeah. So basically,
so you'll have paid just shy of £9,000 at the work start date, your 50%, and then the final payment on completion will be the final 1,200 quid or whatever it is, and then the installation company, we claim
that back, which can take obviously a period of time to get paperwork in and then claim back for us.
But not your problem.
That's not exactly. It's not the customer's problem
because it's all been applied for and accepted ahead of before the job, so we know you're going to get it, kind of thing.
Time delay sits with us.
Understood.
Yeah,
understood.
And then afterwards, there's a bonus one that I personally do, and I think you do as well. Is a follow up at when the heating's been on for a while. So after sometime later in the autumn, just to check that it's all working okay, and do an efficiency check, adjust the weather compensation curve if you need. Just make sure it's all working as well as it can.
Depending on time of year as well, because obviously if it's installed in the winter, generally speaking, you're going to be able to get things set up quite well because it's obviously colder. You can test things a bit easier. If it's done in the middle of the summertime, then these follow-ups are a lot more important.
Understood. Right. Well, thank you very much for answering all my questions today. If anybody's watching these videos, wherever these videos gone out on social media or perhaps on YouTube or on people's websites, if there is any other questions that we've not answered, that you guys have not answered, just drop it in the comments below, and one of these two will answer them back. Is that correct?
Definitely try our best. Yeah.
Thank you very much.